Over the past few weeks, Limited Run Games has faced massive backlash over firing their community manager, and they decided to shut down conversations about it, locking all of their tweets and posts on social media. But now, Cara Lynn, the employee, has made a public statement about the situation, talking about how grateful she is that so many people defended her. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So, as you can see, this is a twit longer. It says I'm ready to chat about the Limited Run game situation. It has been a couple of weeks since, of course, she got fired, but it's good that she's finally making a statement. It is rather long, so it will be linked down below, but we're going to read, the major parts of it. It says, I know that this is coming a bit late, but I really wanted to sit down and write this out. First and foremost, thank you so much for the absolute outpour of love and support. I truly cannot express how grateful I am to each and every person who reached out to me, a complete stranger, to show your solidarity with my situation. Now I suppose it's time to get into the events leading up to my termination on January 6th. My day started by waking up to a message from a coworker with a link to the post that has now circulated the internet and demanded my termination from the company. I can honestly say that it came out of left field, that single message was the only one I received up until I was requested to join a call at 4:30 p.m. The call in which I was informed that I was being released from the company. I had reached out to a couple of my bosses to inform them that I had seen what was going on and wasn't sure what to do. I was a wreck. I didn't receive a response until the request for the call. So right off the bat, she is saying that no one had really talked to her about the situation. They didn't try to find a middle ground like, hey, will you delete this post and will you put out a public apology? None of that. She simply just got fired. In that call, I will say there were a lot of emotions. I could tell they didn't want to do what they were doing and even said they didn't want to, but they were being pressured from elsewhere. From what I was told, there were no other options presented, but they are providing me with a decent severance and letting me keep my health insurance for a couple more months. I had never been written up or reprimanded. I had never abused my power or personal opinions on the various social channels I ran. I even refrained from commenting or interacting with any political content or controversial topics on my personal social media accounts. This one isolated incident was apparently all that it took. At least that was what I have been led to believe. Now, obviously, this all sounds like a pretty perfect PR statement. She's, apologizing for anything that she has said or done in the past that's upset people. She also goes on to say that she will not be taking legal action against them. It is an at-will state that she's in, and companies are, of course, able to fire anyone for any reason, or even for no reason at all. And she does say that she has no idea what the future is going to bring her, and that she still really cares about all of the people that she worked with. And, there are individuals online who are already saying that she is letting them off too easily, she's giving them too much credit, but if she goes scorched earth, no one will want to work with her in the entertainment or gaming spaces. She is saying that she likes the company still and the people behind it, that they're taking care of her with health insurance and severance, which is great because ultimately, this is her life and we want to support her with whatever direction she goes in, especially because she was canceled at the end of the day. She clearly is trying not to burn bridges like Frost did recently, and while I do wish Cara the best and hope that she finds another job in the future where she feels happy and comfortable and doesn't get canceled over old posts and people that she followed on social media, Limited Run Games still deserves to be called out. She is taking the high ground here, and even though she has said that she thinks that they didn't necessarily want to fire her. They still did, and they still ultimately gave into cancel culture, and that is why I won't be giving them another chance anytime soon. They need to unlock their posts and allow people to discuss the situation, make a statement about it, and not do it again. It's sad that it happened even once, never mind thinking about it happening multiple times in the future. They are still shit. They still decided to give into these cancel culture vultures and fire someone who, as she says, doesn't have any history of, doing anything wrong, making any inappropriate posts. She's never gotten written up. It sounds like she was a perfect employee, but because, of course, one person online got triggered by things that she has said and people that she followed, she got fired over it, which, of course, is just an awful situation. Like I've talked about in the past, she didn't deserve to get fired, and of course they did it, and that is why, again, I will not be supporting them at any time in the future. She ended the post with saying, if we could take one thing from the situation, it would be to bring to light the dangers of cancel culture. I have always been opposed to it and have voiced my disagreement with how it is handled. It can be hurtful to all parties involved, and if you don't like something, vote with your wallet and move along. I have always said this, but cancel culture is awful and it destroys people's lives unfairly. I understand that we can't just make it go away, because there are those people that hold on to it and are like, yeah, I have power. I can get someone canceled, and they will always feel that way. But companies need to do better. In this situation, Limited Run Games shouldn't have fired this individual simply for who she followed and posts that she had made, but they did. So ultimately, they did give into cancel culture. They are helping fuel this disgusting movement, and that's why I'm not going to forgive them. And since the last time that I talked about the situation, Limited Run Games has not been doing well because they are still bleeding followers on social media. As you can see, this is their Twitter account on Social Blade. They are losing so many followers. People are still, of course, very upset at this situation because they aren't allowing conversation about it. They're not making any statements on it. They've been staying silent because they think that's the way that the situation is going to magically disappear, and it is not going to happen. People are still upset, people still want answers, and now at least we finally have Kara's full official statement. Of course, she was receiving a lot of attention on social media, so I completely get why she didn't say anything sooner. It is very overwhelming when posts blow up and everybody's talking about it, especially to this extent. I mean, it was trending on social media for at least a solid week, and I'm sure that this is going to spark up even more conversation about it. But yeah, she's taking the high road. She is basically saying that it is what it is. It's in the past. We are going to continue moving forward. That's all that she can really do, which of course I hope that everything goes the way that she wants, and I wish her all the best. But yeah, I'm personally still not going to be touching Limited Run Games products with a 10-foot pole. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.